Assalamu alaikum to you all. Good morning to you. Today I'm here to talk about one of the cars which have become quite a good taste for the many Ugandans here. And the car itself speaks for itself, as I can tell you. It's that this car here, what I'm equipped with today here, it's actually a 2007 Toyota Mark X. And as we know from the history of the Mark series, this is the successor to the front-wheel drive Toyota Mark II, if you can remember very, very well. And this car, it was produced by Toyota company from 2004 to 2019. But in between those years, this car was produced in two different versions, as I can tell. For example, from 2004 to 2009, there was the first generation. Then from 2009 to 2019, there was the second generation. And if you guys didn't know it, that this month we are going to have the 2024 Kosa reunion for the Chivuli Orbit. So what I'm here to do today is that I'm calling upon you guys, for those of you guys who have been with us for the past 7 years in Chivuli Secondary School. I'm here to urge you all. It's just something which is going to make us reunite after we left secondary school. So I'm calling you guys all upon to pay that small amount so that you can take part in this exercise, because this is something which is ours. It's something which is going to reunite us and something which is going to add value to us, and it's going to take place on the 23rd of February, and we are going to have some shakes to preach and other stuff. Everything has been catered for. You just need to pay that small amount, the 50 grand, as indicated on the poster, which you see down there, and we enjoy that day. It's going to be a Sunday. I'm calling all you guys to join in. Back to our review. It's that the Mark X, this car, it has so many names. It has two names. For example, in China, it was known as the Toyota Race. That is the China part. Then, besides that, in 2012 and 2013, it was imported. Toyota imported this car to Indonesia, but in limited quantities. The reason for that was to replace the Australian-built Toyota Camrys, and they wanted this to become like a luxury taxi, something like a high-end taxi. But then the idea was scrapped off, and instead those units which were imported to Indonesia, they ended up selling it to the general public. So that's how people demanded this car. And remember, if I can tell you more about this Mark X, it's actually a car with a very, very good engine. And for example, for the sedans here we have in Uganda, this car right here competes with the Toyota Premio. It competes with the Mercedes C-Class and some other cars. But what you guys did know about this car, it's that for this, as I've told you guys, that it was released in two different generations, the first generation and the second generation. The first generation, it was from 2004 to 2009, and then the second generation was from 2009 to 2019. So this here, what I have here, it's the first generation Mark X, and this first generation Mark X, they are the ones which are characterized with this body kit. They have these three circular front LED headlamps, as well as a panel here. So these are as well as this Mark X here, which is only in the middle. So these are the first generation Mark X models, and these were known as the X120 series. And this X120 series came out with only two engine options. They either have a 2.5 liter V6 petrol engine or a 3.0 liter V6 petrol engine. What is the reason for this? It's that, for example, you see this car, many of you guys think that you cannot get a four-wheel drive system in this car, but actually there is a four-wheel drive system in this car, and that four-wheel drive system comes with the 3.0 liter V6 engine. Remember, on the sedans here we have in Uganda, most of them, like the Premios, they don't have the V6 engine. The engines are inline, but for this specific model here, the Mark X, it has what you call a V6 engine, in that the pistons of this car, they are arranged like this. Remember, this uses a V6. Even the latest Land Cruiser LC300 uses a V6. So now what else do you want besides this? Big difference you can see between these cars, it's that from 2004 to 2006, the Mark X had indicators here. But from 2007, some modifications were made, and these indicators were actually became side mirror mounted. That's why you have this, and this is how you can know that this is a 2007 model and above. So they have their indicators here, and even on the sides themselves, here they feature big wheels, and these are actually 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels with brake calipers in here. And another thing, it's that this market, as I was still telling you, that here in the market, the local market, the Ugandan market, it's competing with the Subaru, that is the Legacy, even the Crossport. It's competing with the Premio and so many other cars, as you know them, as the way people are competing, who is the best, who is having the best ride, and so on. But now I want to discuss about what is under the hood of this car. So actually, these markets, they came out with two engine options. We see that this here, which I have, which is the 2007 model, it had the 2.5 liter V6 petrol engine and a 3.0 liter V6 petrol engine. But the most common ones are the 2.5 liter V6 petrol engine. Those are the most commonest. And then it also featured a two-wheel drive, even a four-wheel drive. So if you guys think that there is no four-wheel drive markets, then you are wrong. So the 2.5 liter models, those were the two-wheel drive, and these have what we call a 6-speed automatic gearbox. But then the four-wheel drive models, they are the ones with a 3.0 liter V6 petrol engine, and those have what we call a 5-speed automatic gearbox. And this here can accelerate from 0 to 100 in just 8.4 seconds. That's how fast it is. It has an estimated power output of 215 horsepower, as well as 214 Newton meters of torque. Many of you guys saw the Vertiga series. These cars, actually, there are three. There is this ordinary Mark X, there is the Mark X XS version, then the Vertiga series. So Vertiga series was just a 50th anniversary of the Mark X, I think, of the Mark series. So they had to make sure that they do something which is a little bit different. So on the Vertiga, that's why you see that it has this meshed grille here with the Vertiga sign there. Then for it also, it features some carbon fiber parts. So that is the Vertiga series. And then there's also the supercharged Mark X, if you don't know that. So the Mark X also has a supercharged engine, and that one, it has a 3.0 liter V6 petrol engine, and it's capable of producing 315 horsepower, as well as something like a 410 meters of torque plus. This Mark X here, it's actually a car which has this sloping roof line, as well as this continuous waistline. If you can see this waistline, there is a way it runs from these front headlights, then it comes all the way to the rear. So that is the continuous waistline. Even the other side is the same. Even the roof line itself, it slopes towards the rear, and this is actually a very, very good sedan. And the way these doors open, it's like this. Actually, they open all the way here. Even this driver's door, so they have this wide opening, and this is actually very, very good. You have these chrome accents on it. You have this one here, as well as this one here. And also remember, this is a push to start car, so even you get this wireless key lock and entry. And also, even on the side mirrors, they feature these side indicators, as I've explained earlier. And this here space is actually very, very good to improve on the aerodynamics of this car. If I open this door, the only disadvantage this car has is that these door panels here, they don't close up to here. So this part is not indicated on the doors. So what I think is that this is going to make your pants dirty if you're not careful. So if you're going to purchase this car, I want you to be more careful when you're going inside, especially when you have been off-roading, or for example, when you have been in a very, very dusty or muddy environment. So this is the interior, and here you get this two-tone steering wheel with leather accents, as well as this wood panel. And remember, this is a push to start vehicle. And also, this is where you get the controls for the trunk, even the fuel, even for the fuel tank. And these seats are electrically operated, as I'm going to show you. You can see that a Mark X, since it was a luxury based car, what you get is pure luxury in here. Although this is a 2007 model, but you can see that the materials inside and the interior cabin, something which is very, very cool. Here what I can start on to explain to you is that most of you guys have seen this button, and this, what it does, it ionizes the air which is coming into the cabin so that you get that fresh air. You get your climate controls on this side and this side, and again you get your infotainment screen here. So this infotainment screen, actually it's not standard. You can decide to change it when you buy this car. For example, many of you have seen the Android screens coming into place. So what you can do is that for this car, when you buy it, if you want something like Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay and so on, what you need to do is just to change this screen, and actually that screen, it's around 450,000 Ugandan shillings. So you just place it here, and then your car is going to be looking very, very good. Another thing is that you have this wood trim which runs throughout the whole cabin, in that this is something like a maroon. It's maroon wood. Okay, the color looks like maroon, but it's very, very good here. This accent here, this one here, the one on the steering wheel, even on the side doors. And again, you get this gear shifter, and we see that for these cars, the gear shifter changed from the Mark II. So now this one, what you have here, it's just something which is very, very simple, and it's enclosed in a circle. And here you have your power snow, and this one also, it features, remember these cars, the transmission, you can shift to something like close to a manual transmission, although this car never came out in a manual transmission. And here you have your glove box whereby you can store some things here. And again, here you get, remember these are panels here, so when you open this, you get this compartment here, and what you can do here is that you can place your phone, for example, if you're inside the car, to prevent the theft when your windows are down, and you can close this up. And again here, if you open this thing opens, and this features your cigarette lighter in here like this one, then also your ashtray here, then also this panel closes. So everything, there is there how they hid it. And here also there is another panel that if I do this, I'm going to get my normal 2 cup holders, but these don't cool or heat. Remember, this is a 2007 car. And also what I like about this car is that for a person who is concerned with driving using one hand, the armrest, it's just perfectly positioned, in that when you have this arm here, it's directly positioned onto the same level with your gear shifter, so you can easily change gears while driving. And then also here, this can slide backwards to reveal this compartment here. As you've seen, you just need to slide it forward to close, and then slide it backwards to open. Wow, this is pure luxury. And also it can open backwards like this, so you have the whole of this compartment. So besides that, we see that even inside here you get some storage space here where you might store something, for example like shades. Then also you have this light in here which runs all the way from the front to the rear, and actually when it lights up at night, it's something which lights up very, 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 very well, and it runs all the way from here up to the rear. Then also remember, the Mark X, the concept of a Mark X was to create a luxury and affordable car. This is a sedan. You see these seats, the front 2 seats, these ones here, everything is electrically operated. For example, even if I want to recline the seat, I just do this. There is a reclining power. There is a button here. This button is the reclining option. Then this one is to extend the seat forward or to pull it backwards, and then even these. So everything is electrically operated. And as you can see, it's that here, if you can take a closer look on the steering wheel, it's not a wrist-pocketed steering wheel, but also it features these controls which can help you to navigate the volume, to change the channel you are listening to on a radio, something like that. And this car, it's actually a push to start, in that you don't need a key like these recent cars. So this, it's a 2007 car, but you also get that engine start and option button here. Then also it has a simple screen here. So for it, what it does is that it doesn't feature the other dials, the analog dials for the fuel stuff and that. So what it does here, there are 2 displays in between the 2 speedometers. So those 2 displays, what they do is that one of them shows you the fuel tank, then the other one shows you the rest of the stuff. And also here on the doors, if you can see that you have on the doors, you have that wood panel which I've just talked about. You have a storage space on the side door to store something, and then even you get speakers on the door itself. You get two speakers, one here and then one there, and also have another one here. Then also, this is a dual climate zone, so you enjoy this. And also, the Mark X, it's one of the cars whereby the controls for these side mirrors have been shifted from here but to here. So instead of having a speaker here like on that side door, what you get is that these controls here have replaced that speaker. So here you have the control for this mirror and for the other one. So now let us check out the rear seats and see what they're all about. Get these perfectly positioned and reclined seats. The leg room, it's something which is very, very good. Even the new room, even the way they are inclined to the back, they are very, very good. But the only problem people have complained about the Mark X, it is that this fifth seat. Yes, they say that it's a 5-seater option car, but for again the fifth seat, there is a way how it's very, very uncomfortable. Remember, if you look at this gearbox part, divides the car into two parts. So this part here, there is a way how it's very, very raised up in that this person is not very, very comfortable. And actually, when they sit here, they are supposed to place one foot this side and the other one this side. So this thing, it's a little bit raised up. So people are going to have discomfort in here, in that it's very hard for people to sit at the rear because of this part here. And remember, this thing, it's quite raised up, so mainly this car, it's made for a 4-seater configuration whereby you're going to have a person here and here. And also, for the fifth seat, it can be replaced by these rear two cup holders, as you see them here. So that's why I say it's something which is made for something like 4 people. Just like you see how I'm sitting here, then you have your cup holders here, and then you're conversing to a person. Then another thing, what I love about it is that here on these front seats at their back, you get this plastic part of them, and one of the advantages for this to be in plastic, it's that when people are entering into the car, sometimes it might be a wet condition. So what they do is that sometimes they may have mud in their shoes. So here, what this helps is that even if when a person is entering and they accidentally step on this, it's not going to damage this leather part of the seats, no, but it's going to be on this plastic panel, and this plastic panel, something which is very, very easy to do. So now we conclude our review for today. You've seen the Mark X. I've talked each and everything you need to know about this car before you buy it. The different options you can get, the kit, the different things, the different engine variants. We've talked about the designs, the different designs, but what I didn't talk about was the X130, because I told you it came out in 2 different generations. So the X130, it's this one with the D arrows which come like this, and then they form an X shape. So that is the X130. So this car currently here, if I to tell you something, if we talk about the pricing, it's at 23 million Ugandan shillings, and it's readily available. If you are interested in the Mark X, what you need to do is just to contact us on 0767 934 626. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it's something which we can get from you as a return for the service we've provided. And you turn on that bell icon so that you don't miss any part of the video you're going to be uploading. And if you're really interested in this car, as I've told you, you can just WhatsApp me at 0767 934 626. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.